Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics edition number 15. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released May 29th, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Avenging Spider-Man number 21. The Chameleon Sanction Part 2 of 2. Chameleon is loose on board the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, and it's all Spider-Man's fault. And then there's a little matter of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s newest resident, big, green, angry, hulky. Next, we've got Captain America number 7. Zola's master plan is revealed. Ian's fate is decided. Captain Zola's quest for lies and injustice. We've also got Dark Avengers number 190. Final issue. The secret of the Dark Earther revealed. Who will live? Who will die? Will anyone get back to Earth alive? Jeff Parker wraps up his acclaimed run on Earth's deadliest heroes. Next, we've got Fearing Max number 12. The penultimate issue of the critically acclaimed masterpiece. Fury faces down Barracuda in Nicaragua. We've also got Gambit number 13, with the same solicit as last time. Gambit may be in over his head. Joelle, the woman he's fighting to save, the one he may be falling for, is on the brink of death. But could the secret she's been keeping be the key to her survival? Meanwhile, Gambit's former flame and current Uncanny Avenger Rogue must decide whether she'll help him save Joelle or bring him in. And the villainous Tombstone? Well, he's willing to cut down any and all of them to get what he wants. Next, we've got Indestructible Hulk number 8, the startling conclusion of Gods and Monster, featuring Thor. The Frost Giants prepare to invade Earth. Not even Hulk and Thor can stand in their way, so they'll have to call in some help. Plus, the secret of the portal to Jotunheim is revealed. We've also got Iron Man number 258.4. Michelini, Layton, two voices that defined Iron Man come together to tell the untold story of his most dire hour, Armor Wars 2. We've also got Morbius, the Living Vampire number 5, Viva la Revolution. As Brownsville gets more treacherous, Morbius takes matters into his own hands. Which Morbius will survive, the man or the vampire? Find out why Morbius is the breakout hit of Marvel now. Next, we've got New Avengers number 6, Blue. Using the knowledge gained from the Black Swan, the Illuminati rework all their plans and cross the uncrossable line. The first secret alliance is formed. If an incursion is normally red, what does a blue one mean? We've also got Savage Wolverine number 5. Dinosaurs aren't the only green giants roaming the Savage Land jungles. As the dust settles, the secrets of the Forbidden Island stand revealed. Next, we've got Uncanny X-Force number 5. Psylocke digs deep into Bishop's head, and what she'll find will shock you. One of the biggest X-villains of the past 20 years threatens the Uncanny X-Force. We've also got Venom number 35. It's Eddie Brock and Flash Thompson fighting side by side for the city of Philadelphia. Lives are at stake, a conspiracy revealed, and two lunatics with alien parasites to the rescue. Next, we've got Wolverine and the X-Men number 30, prelude to the Hellfire Saga. Students are missing, and Wolverine and Rachel Summers intensified their search for the Hellfire Club. Beast goes to the Sword Orbital HQ to ask an ex-villain for help with Bruce's sad state. And we've got X-Men number 1, because you demanded it. The X-Women finally get their own book. From critically acclaimed superstar Brian Wood, X-Men, Ultimate X-Men, DMZ, The Massive, and Oliver Copiel, AVX, House of M, and Thor, an old enemy shows up at the X-Men's door, seeking asylum from an ancient evil come back to Earth. Meanwhile, Jubilee has come home, and she's brought with her an orphan baby who might hold the key to the Earth's survival, or its destruction. Against a backdrop of what seems like an alien invasion and an eon-spanning war between brother and sister, Storm steps up and puts together a team to protect the child and stop the new threat that could destroy all life on Earth. Out in trades this week, we've got All New X-Men Volume 2 Here to Stay hardcover premiere edition. Yesterday's X-Men continue to adjust to a present day that's simultaneously more awe-inspiring and more disturbing than any future the young heroes have ever imagined for themselves. And things get even more dangerous when the villainous duo Mystique and Sabretooth target our young time travelers, starting with Cyclops. Plus, how will Earth's mightiest heroes react to the time-swept X-Men? Find out when the Avengers visit the Jean Grey School, but they're not the only ones to do so, as the outlaw Uncanny X-Men drop by for a recruiting session. Who will join the adult Cyclops and his revolutionary crew? The answer will shock you. All this, and the original 5 X-Men get new costumes. Acclaimed writer Brian Michael Bendis further defines the future and the past of the X-Men. Collects All New X-Men number 6 through 10. Next, we've got Avengers, the complete collection by Geoff Johns, Volume 1 trade paperback. Superstar writer Geoff Johns takes on the Avengers. They can defeat any supervillain, but can the Avengers govern the world? When the capital cities of every country on Earth vanish, the floundering nations turn to the only organization capable of helping them, the Avengers. Then Thor ascends to Asgard's throne and decides to start answering his worshippers' pleas for help, but not everyone's in favor of divine intervention, and it's Secretary of Defense Iron Man's job to stop the Thunder God's interference, leaving Captain America to play referee between two of the world's biggest superpowers. Plus, his memory stolen, an amnesiac Vision seeks help from his creator's reluctant granddaughter to defeat a technological terror left over from World War II. Collecting Avengers number 57 to 63, Vision number 1 through 4, Thor number 58, and Iron Man number 64. We've also got Captain Universe, the hero who could be you, number 1. Captain Universe has joined the Avengers, but who or what is this cosmic hero? In times of crisis, the Enigma Force manifests, empowering an innocent bystander to avert the catastrophe. See Captain Universe touch the lives of an astronaut, twin sisters, a burglar, a troubled teen, a toddler, Spider-Man's college professor, and a dog? It's an all-star assemblage of the unit power's earliest appearances. Collects Marvel Spotlight number 9 through 11 and material from Marvel Fanfare number 25, Web of Spider-Man Annual number 5 and 6, and What If number 31. We've also got Deadpool Volume 1 Dead Presidents trade paperback. Dead former United States presidents, from George Washington to Gerald Ford, have been resurrected, and that's bad. The Marvel heroes can't be the ones to stop them. Someone is needed with the reputation, skills, and plausible deniability to take out these monsters in chief. Deadpool time is now. Be here as Deadpool undeadifies ex-presidents left and right, matching wits with Tricky Dick Nixon, fighting a grudge match between Honest Abe Lincoln and battling Ronald Reagan in space. Do you need more than that? Fine then, monkeys. And not everyone escapes the epic finale alive. Besides the presidents, duh. This is the Deadpool series you will marry someday. In Wade We Trust. Collects Deadpool number 1 through 6. Next we've got Doctor Strange, The Oath trade paperback, new printing. Dr. Stephen Strange embarks on the most important paranormal investigation of his career as he sets out to solve an attempted murder, his own. And with his most trusted friend also at death's door, Strange turns to an unexpected corner of the Marvel Universe to recruit a new ally. Eisner Award-winning writer Brian K. Vaughan of Runaways and Why the Last Man, and red-hot artist Marcos Martin of Captain America and Batgirl Year One join forces for an adventure that will take the Sorcerer Supreme from the underworld of New York City to the deadliest dimension of the outskirts of reality, while firmly establishing him in the current Marvel Universe and setting him up to join a surprising new team. Collecting Doctor Strange, The Oath, number 1 through 5. We've also got Marvel Noir Spider-Man Punisher trade paperback, Along Came a Spider, and an unstoppable, unyielding, merciless force of nature. Corrupt mob boss the Goblin and his gang of circus freaks rule 1930s New York. Peter Parker is an embittered young man searching for justice. After the life-changing bite of a mystical arachnid, Peter inherits the force to change the city he loves. But when one crime lord falls, another always rises to take his place. And what's going on in Otto Octavius' lab, the Spider-Man must find out fast before his friend Robbie Robertson is lost forever. The merciless vigilante named Punisher targets mob boss Dutch Schultz, who calls in Big Guns Barracuda and Jigsaw to protect him, but the violence is about to engulf the souls of the small-time grocer and his impressionable young boy. Collecting Spider-Man Noir number 1 through 4, Spider-Man Noir Eyes Without a Face number 1 through 4, and Punisher Noir number 1 through 4. Next, we've got Punisher Enter the War Zone trade paperback. Welcome to the War Zone. The Punisher faces off against the Avengers, but it's going to take more than bullets to take down Earth's mightiest heroes. It's the matchups you never thought you'd see. Frank Castle versus Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and more, with his protege Rachel Cole caught in the middle. Does the Punisher have one last trick up his sleeve, or will the Avengers stomp him? A lot. It's time for the Punisher to take his punishment as writer Greg Rucka's powerful run comes to an end. Collecting Punisher Warzone number 1 through 5. We've also got Spider-Man 2099 Volume 1 trade paperback, new printing. The year is 2099. The ultra-rich are above the law, and mega corporations rule. Venture, the specialist, the vulture, the future is full of menaces, but none so vile as the corrupt government and the corporations behind it. A scary future needs a hero who's just as creepy, perhaps a wall crawler of some kind. See the world of tomorrow and the cast who inhabit it as the Spider-Man of 2099 battles evil in both high and low society in the 2099 imprint's flagship title, written by industry legend Peter David, collecting Spider-Man 2099 number 1 through 10. We've also got Superior Spider-Man Volume 1, My Own Worst Enemy trade paperback. Peter Parker spent a lifetime fighting to improve the world, but his story ended dramatically with a final fatal sacrifice. Now Peter's arch-enemy Dr. Octopus has taken control of his body and his life. Otto Octavius is Spider-Man, and he's determined to prove himself superior to his former foe in every way. But his baptism of fire will come when he faces down the new Sinister Six. Is the new Spider-Man in cahoots with J. Jonah Jameson? And has Carly Cooper figured out his secret identity? Plus Spider-Man and Mary Jane reunited? The return of the Vulture? And how many people must die before the superior Spider-Man will kill a supervillain? Find out as Otto battles Massacre with hundreds of lives in the balance. A new era of web-slinging excitement starts now. Collect Superior Spider-Man number 1 through 5. We've also got Thor, God of Thunder, Volume 1, the God Butcher hardcover, Premier Edition. Throughout the ages, gods have been vanishing, their mortal worshippers left in chaos. Now Thor follows a trail of blood that threatens to consume his past, present, and future. The only hope for these ravaged worlds is for Thor to unravel the gruesome mystery of the God Butcher. In the distant past, Thor follows his bloody wake of murdered gods across the depths of space. In the present, the Thunder God discovers a forgotten cave that echoes with the cries of tortured gods, and is shocked to find himself among them. And thousands of years from now, the last God King of ruined Asgard makes his final stand against the God Butcher's berserker legions. As three Thors from three eras race to stop the God Butcher, the full extent of his vicious scheme takes terrifying shape. Collects Thor, God of Thunder, number 1 through 5. And last, we've got Ultimate Comics X-Men by Brian Wood, Volume 1 trade paperback. Brian Wood of DMZ, Star Wars, and X-Men takes the helm as Reservation X begins, and a brave new world for the nation's surviving mutants starts here. Kitty Pryde tries to lead a nation of mutants, but someone close to her has different plans. Meet Mach 2, former Morlock tunnel refugee turned mutant resistance fighter. Will she side with Kitty or become a dangerous new enemy? The mutants might hold the key to solving world hunger, but what is the deadly cost? And as the Iron Patriot guest stars, Mach 2's play for power takes a new turn and leads to a fatal showdown. Collecting Ultimate Comics X-Men number 18.1 and 19 to 22. Okay, so that's it from Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the DC and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.